13th Part 2, released in 1981. In my last video I forgot to mention, but the music is again by Harry Manfredini. Sorry if I pronounced his name wrong, but that's never been my strongest quality. He is the creator of the classic Friday the 13th, JJJ, and also the composer for most of the original films. This was the first film to feature Jason Voorhees. Miss Voorhees' dead son from the first film is now the actual killer. The story now being that Jason has rose from the grave to avenge his mother's death. Kind of a role reversal from the first film where Miss Voorhees is avenging the death of Jason. But using Jason as the killer became the trend that the rest of the series would follow. This film doesn't feature the iconic hockey mask. This incarnation of Jason just wears a bag over his head. Alice from the first Friday the 13th film returns, but is killed in the first scene by a mysterious figure later revealed to be Jason. Crazy Ralph also makes a return to the film, but again he gets killed earlier on. The film follows the same formula as the first, but with Jason doing the killing instead of his mother. We meet the counselors and employees again, and they get killed off. Our main character, Ginny, is again the only survivor by the end. I think because it's kind of left open, since we do see her with Paul together at the end of the movie, but after the classic jump scare when a disfigured Jason comes crashing through the window grabbing Ginny, we cut to the next morning and we see her being put into an ambulance, asking for Paul, but he's nowhere in sight. So it's not really known if he's dead or if he's just already at the hospital. It's not really explained. So who knows if he lived or not. But if he did die, why didn't she die? Because she's the one we see grabbed by Jason at the end of the film. But with all this confusion, it's still a classic ending scare, although not as iconic as the one from the first film. A scene in the movie that always stuck out to me was when you see a cop driving down the road. He sees Jason run through into the woods. Since the cop at the time has been trying to keep people out of that part of the woods, which is actually Camp Crystal Lake from the first film, he gets out of his car and runs after. We see him chase Jason for a while, and then stumble upon Jason's makeshift cabin. It's a very creepy scene, and as we see the cops search around the house, we know Jason is going to kill this guy. And just as the cop discovers the shrine for Jason's dead, severed mom's head, blam! He gets a hammer to the back of the head. I've just always liked the scenes in this film at Jason's cabin. Very creepy knowing that you're in the killer's domain. Although this film is just as classic and important to the series as the first one, in my opinion it's not as solid, but overall it's one of the best in the series.